Hello, everyone, and welcome again. Now we will have the next team up. And again, just a reminder, you guys, at the 10 minutes, I will have to cut you guys off. So try and get everything in by then. Other than that, you guys know what to do.
I'll screen share.
Yeah, you guys can go ahead and start.
I was just scrolling through Instagram when.
Students, please note that there will be a surprise test on colligative properties at 10 a.m. tomorrow.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Can you please send notes for tomorrow's test? Thank you.
Can you please send me notes for tomorrow's exam?
Dude, can I have your notes, please? I was just scrolling through.
The scenario we just showed you is a very common one among students. After conducting extensive research and drawing from our own experiences, we found a problem. Students have a hard time understanding concepts from just one source of information, and they also can't segregate between important and non-essential things in the textbook.
We present to you the solution, NoteFynd. NoteFynd is a platform by, for, and of students where they can share and view notes to learn better and help others do the same. We bridge the gap between those who need notes and those who are good at making them. The paradigm shift from offline to online caused due to the pandemic makes it the ideal time for NoteFynd to launch. And we have divided our service into two divisions, for the viewers and for the authors. For the authors, we provide a platform for students to view notes, video explanations for better understanding. We aim to connect the students and the author of the notes together. On the other hand, though, for the author of the notes, we provide a platform for students to share their notes and video explanations to supplement the notes. We provide likes and comments, and we also give monetary compensation in the form of 30% commission. But most importantly, we provide merit points for the authors. These points will be awarded based on number of likes on their notes, number of followers, and the activity on the app, etc. We also have a dedicated team of content moderators to make sure all the notes hit the NoteFynd standard. These screenshots show a few features on our minimum viable product. And even though this is a dense slide, at NoteFynd, we give the utmost importance to user experience for our customers. And this is a UI flowchart to navigate the app. And as mentioned in the previous slide, we take user experience very seriously. And there have been 10 iterations of the app so far. And based on customer feedback, we have added several features such as request notes, multiple color themes, and a web app to make NoteFynd accessible to the masses.
Now you may ask why NoteFynd. I'll give you one simple answer. We have 5 features in one place, whereas the existing alternatives have only a few of them. As you can see in this table here, we blow the competition out of the water.
NoteFynd is a part of the edtech industry, which is valued at $106.4 billion. Our target audience are the 200 million students between the ages of 13 and 25. Our addressable market is the high school students, precisely 9th to 12th grade students, which is valued at $37.7 billion. And our optimum market is 10% of our SAM. These are the channels NoteFynd is planning to market through. We're using AdSense because it is an optimized and targeted way to advertise online. We're also using social media as one of our main marketing channels, as we believe that our target audience are really active on this platform. We also have devised a system of referral marketing in our app to incentivize users to join and market our platform. We circulated a survey with these 4 questions, and most of our 571 respondents thought our idea would be useful to them. This is the amount of traction NoteFynd managed to generate in 2 months without spending a dime on marketing. 150 plus users, 6,000 plus Instagram accounts reached, and over 500 notes. We've also been featured on one of India's leading newspapers, the Indian Express. We conducted more than 50 interviews with all our major stakeholders to validate our idea, and all of them have only good things to say about NoteFynd. We also received a testimonial from a former co-president of the Stanford Public Interest Technology Lab, indicating that we have potential to expand to the lucrative North American market. Thus, We both have qualitative as well as quantitative validation to show that NoteFynd has achieved product market fit.
NoteFynd has an unparalleled presence in schools, and here is the evidence. We have received letters of intent from 4 leading schools and 11 higher education institutes who have agreed to introduce NoteFynd to their existing as well as incoming students. They will also consider the merit points as an additional evaluating factor. This gives us a ready audience of nearly 25,000 students.
NoteFynd has received encouraging validation from the EdTech and e-learning community. We also received a letter from a successful educational services company expressing their willingness to enter into a strategic partnership with NoteFynd. To top everything, we even received a letter from the multinational VC firm expressing their intent to invest in NoteFynd.
And to summarize the last 6 slides, this is what everyone has to say about us.
This is NoteFynd's pricing model.
Can I request you to go back to the slide where you compare NoteFynd with the competitors like Byju's and others? If you're done.
We're not done.
Oh, you're not done. Okay, go ahead.
This is NoteFynd's pricing model. Guys, where's the pricing model? Oh wait, I just realized. NoteFynd will not be charging its customers anything for the first 1.5 years in operation for our primary offering, that is Notes. This will be done to promote the growth as well as build our credibility as a platform. Then we will introduce the paper note model, where students will be able to purchase our notes for 50 rupees or $0.7. We'll also introduce a subscription service, where students will be able to access NoteFynd ad-free and download 10 notes per month for the low cost of 400 rupees. NoteFynd's revenues will be a function of 2 very important factors. These are the number of unique users on our platform as well as the number of notes in our database. This is our cost model. We'll primarily be spending on marketing costs as well as remuneration. Here is our revenue model. Our main revenue streams include subscription, paper note, and ethical data exchange. Here's an overview of NoteFynd's finances. As you can see from the cost versus revenue graph, our costs increase at a slow and steady rate, whereas our revenues increase exponentially. By the end of year 4, we expect to have over $2 billion in profit. We break even sometime between year 2 and year 3. NoteFynd will have an average customer acquisition cost of $5.09 in our first 4 years in operation. This will mainly be spent on Google AdSense, social media, and referral networks. The average lifetime of a customer is 3.5 years. That's typically the time spent by a high school student in high school. After considering an average churn rate of 13.2%, as well as our average annual revenue per user of $9.61, we arrive at a lifetime value of $29.3. Our LTV to CAC ratio is 5.75, which is higher than the industry average and looks very lucrative for our investors.
This is NoteFynd's lean canvas. As you can see, our unfair advantage is that we're the early movers into the note sharing space. And our unique value proposition is that we give merit points to students based on their hard work, which can be used for their further academic purposes.
Here is the SWOT analysis of NoteFynd. We have discovered that our strengths are that we are a student-only platform with an amazing merit-based community providing a wide variety of content. While our weaknesses could be lack of experience and information leakage. We plan to forge strategic partnerships with experienced individuals in the edtech industry to neutralize our lack of experience. We also plan to strengthen our protection of IP by hiring a dedicated team for data security. NoteFynd's vision is to make quality education accessible to every child on the planet by enabling collaboration between students like never before. Our mission is to be the world's leading aggregator of notes and build a community with sharing as a core principle by empowering students to learn. This is how NoteFynd plans to expand in the future. We've already launched in April 2021. In September 2024, we expand and market to students in countries such as Singapore and UAE, where the curriculum and academic culture is similar to that of India. By 2028, we hope to register 1 million active users across the world. As you may have inferred from our vision, inclusivity is one of NoteFynd's core values. We plan to introduce support for the platform in various languages. starting with 22 official languages of India. We will also release a light version of NoteFynd, which will be optimal for areas with limited internet connectivity. Furthermore, we plan to contribute 3% of our revenues towards promotion of online education in rural India. By the end of year 4, we will have contributed over $200,000 towards this cause.
This is Team NoteFynd. My name is Adit and I'm the CEO.
My name is Tejasvi, I'm the COO.
My name is Geeta, I'm the CDO.
My name is Sanjana, I'm the CMO.
And I'm Kunal. Yeah.
We would also like to take up this opportunity to thank everyone who's been a part of this journey. Thank you.
Okay, awesome. That was great. And you guys did really well on your time too. So now we are going to go ahead into the Q&A section. And judges, Miss Alam, you can go ahead and start us off with this.
So I think I'm still trying to understand kind of how the model works of the students are basically uploading a lot of the notes that they take in class. Have you done any kind of customer validation on like what happens when the students the notes aren't as productive, but also then if students are attending classes and relying on these notes and not taking their own notes, and does that turn into like long-term people just not paying attention in class?
Right. So thank you very much, ma'am. So what we need to understand is that these notes will never be a substitute for classroom learning or for textbooks or for other sources of information. These will only be supplements to be used for revising before an exam or to just increase your knowledge of a particular topic and things like that. So we won't ever be branding ourselves as a replacement for classrooms or as a parallel learning source, but rather as a supplement to be used only for revision and to help you during exams. And in regards to your first question, we believe that when students present on the platform, for example, that they've been talking in the class.
We're going to have to move on to the next judge just to keep things moving. Mr. Cohen, if you'd like to ask your question.
Great job, guys. My question is actually on the revenue model. If I think I heard you right, that right now this is a free platform for the students. What proof of this do you have that the students will pay in the future for this? And how did you come up with the specific pricing?
So I couldn't quite get the first part of your question due to your low voice, I guess. Could you please repeat the first?
Yeah. So how does the revenue model work? So right now, basically, how do you know that students will pay for this actual service since they're getting it for free right now?
Right. So in the interviews which we conducted, as well as the 571 survey responses, we found that students see value in notes and will be willing to pay for them. We just don't think that starting off as a paid company will help us, because a lot of students will be apprehensive of buying notes from NoteFynd while we haven't yet established ourselves in the space. We feel that the 1.5 years are essential for us to get a solid footing in the market and also probably work a bit more on our app and ensure that the data security structure and things like that before we start charging users for the notes.
To add on to that answer, the notes which are popular, only those notes will be charged and not all notes which are available on the app. So still a larger part of the notes are free.
Yeah. Just remember, we got to keep things moving a little quicker. But Mr. Malik, if you'd like to ask a question.
Right, if you can bring up that slide on competition where you compare it with Byju's and others, if you can just bring it up quickly, I have a question there. I could read that slide, didn't have the time. So if you can just bring up that slide, please. All right. Right. So how do you see Google as a competition? Because the target audience that you are talking to really is amazing at searches. They can even do advanced searches and they can filter out results. It's all on their fingertips. So why would someone want to pay for something that they're getting free? And they have the ability to do their searches right. So what's that insight that tells you that there is a definite case for this?
Adit will be taking that question.
Right. So thank you for the question. So there are 2 points that I'd like to raise. One being, though they search for answers in Google, there are companies such as Byju's and Vedantu, like we mentioned, who are actually unicorns and stuff like that. So instead of going to Google, students are preferring, and parents especially, are preferring to go to these established players. So once we have that initial pilot phase of 1.5 years set, once we become an established player, we'll be the go-to choice for notes at least. The second point being, our business model is largely dependent.
I'm sorry, but we're going to have to go on to the next question. But Mr. Kamal, if you'd like to ask your question, and please make sure to keep it brief, please.
Sure.
Yeah. So number one, you're relying on ad revenue. So these notes will be available only online, right? I mean, what happens if someone takes a screenshot and prints them out? And I wanted to know something about. You can drop the second question, it's fine, but compensation to the authors. But maybe the first one.
Right. So you have a very valid point, and we've already taken it into consideration while thinking about NoteFynd. So as we mentioned in our deck, we'll be hiring a separate data security team to ensure that we implement anti-screen features. We we ensure that no one can open the PDF outside the app, and there's no chance of downloading the notes in any way. So this will be done to ensure that there's no plagiarism and that the notes stay on the app.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much.